Ah, yes, release the Dolphins of war. Good morning, welcome back to CH Morning Live. It is 8:21 and it's time for another edition of the X Zone. In recent weeks we've seen some of the work that these Dolphins have done in the war in Iraq and clearing mines. This is part of a program with the U.S. Navy, which has seen limited success, enough success that the program continues today. But there's another program that continues to this present day, and it started back in the early days of the Cold War. That's the Cetacean Intelligence Program. But let's talk about Rob McConnell. Thanks for joining us. The Dolphin Swimmer Nullification Program.
That's right. From killer whales to kamikaze dolphins, the U.S. Navy has indulged into using these dolphins, who have an excellent sense of sonar, into active play. They're being used in the Gulf War right now, the Persian Gulf. They're actually even being used in the Bahrain Harbor as security patrols with sea lions.
Right, and the Navy makes no bones about that.
No, they don't.
They actually have clamps. The sea lions have clamps. They can actually clamp
onto somebody. A buoy goes up and the security forces nab the perpetrator. It goes right back to the Cold War, like you were saying. They've been used by the Russian Navy as well, but since the fall of the Russian Empire, they've got these trained military dolphins jumping hoops in shows now.
Right.
Some of the beliefs are is that the dolphins actually have some sort of harness on their snoot, and if they come in contact with a perpetrator, they try to stop him like a watchdog would. But if they don't, they actually inject a carbonic acid flow into them that actually kills them, and up they go.
Yeah.
The Navy says no, we don't do this, but former Navy trainers say yes, they do. The dolphins are kicked, they're beat, they are mistreated, and you have a 20% AWOL factor when it comes to dolphins.
Well, the Navy is going to great lengths to say that these animals are cared for very well.
Well, certainly they would. Yeah.
But, of course, with these things, and of course the conspiracy theorists, you get one extreme to the other, and perhaps the truth is somewhere in the middle. For example, you get all these alarmist conspiracy theories that bombs are being attached to the dolphins. One U.S. Navy commander brought up a very good point, that no Navy official wants to hang his career in a dolphin that does go AWOL 50% of the time. You don't want to strap a bomb on the back of a dolphin that could wind up underneath one of your own ships.
Mind you, you don't want to strap a bomb on the back of a dolphin and let all the animal rights activists know about it either, because you've got organizations like the Whale and Dolphin Conservatory Society in the States that actually go to Congress to say, hey, let's stop this. You know, this is using one species to fight off another. They are very smart. They are very intelligent. They do play a very important role. We saw that recently as they were clearing the channels for mines for the ship to get through.
This first became top of mind back in the early 70s, the George C. Scott movie, Day of the Dolphin, which actually inspired by events from this nullification program. And I guess the plot of that movie was, again, a dolphin was tasked to mine the presidential yacht.
Yeah. Mind you, throughout mythology, dolphins have been a very significant and important part. They have always been there when we talk about sailors, how they've saved sailors' lives. And a lot of researchers now believe that not only have dolphins played a significant part in mythology, but also the sea lions, and this is where the myth of mermaids come in, where sea lions on the rocks and the shores. Right. So not only are we using our water friends as protectors these days, but we also use them in mythology to bring forth some very wonderful beliefs. Got a picture here of some of the appendages we're seeing in these dolphins too, which are part of their natural evolution, but they're hooking all kinds of equipment on them, from transducers and transponders. Actually, the most recent controversy is there's a new ultra-low sonar system to detect submarines that's being used, and that's why we're seeing a lot of migratory paths of whales getting thrown off, and we're seeing beached whales, and a lot of people are blaming the Navy with this program because the sonar is actually throwing off their... Well, a number of years ago, Bob, 16 dolphins washed up to the shores of France, and they each had an explosion part just under their torso in the exact same spot, and people believe that this was a foul-up U.S. Navy experiment gone wrong. However, once again, they are very smart animals. They are a part of our eco chain. And I don't know, once again, this ties into the paranormal, because if you've got visitors from another planet coming down and observing us, and they see what we're doing,